Hello and welcome to Fifth and Grace. This is your December full moon tarot reading. And today we're stepping into this very powerful full moon, and it arrives in the airy, quick moving sign of Gemini. This is a sign of curiosity, communication, ideas, truth seeking, and mental clarity. And this moon is bringing a surge of mental energy. You may be feeling your thoughts are racing, your intuition is firing off new ideas. I know mine is. I have been in hardcore creation mode the last few days. Or you might be suddenly becoming aware of conversations you need to have. Or conversations you've been avoiding. You know the ones. The difficult conversations. I can assure you the magic lies on the other side of every difficult conversation. We heal our relationships through difficult conversations. It's icky, it's gross, it doesn't feel good. But if we know that wading through the muck means that our relationships will be stronger, why wouldn't we do it? Why would we not do that? Gemini full moons tend to illuminate whatever has been sitting in your mental inbox. So don't be surprised if old thoughts, memories, and unresolved situations rise to the surface. If you have been thinking about something on a loop and you want to break that loop, get in touch with me. We can do a cord cutting together, snap you right out of it. Oh, and this is a great time to remind you to click like, click subscribe, and leave a comment at the end of this video and let me know what you think. This is the last full moon before we go into the really deep reflective energy of the winter season. And this full moon is actually really powerful in helping you close all your mental loops for this year so that you can walk into next year feeling really, really good. I have been saying since the start of October, the energy that is around us right now, we have to just dump everything that's not serving us. Write it all down. Do brain dumps. Like just get a notebook, write it all out. Get it out of your head so that you're not being consumed by swirling thoughts that about anything, not necessarily bad stuff, but sometimes like I ran into somebody the other night and she was like, I have so many lists to make. I'm like, okay, well, sit down and make them so that you're not in the energy of, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. Just get it out of your head, right? So this moon is going to be shining light on our thoughts, our conversations, the stories we tell ourselves, and the stories we tell ourselves about other people. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. And so this may feel like mental overdrive, sudden clarity, emotional restlessness. Suddenly, like you're getting some big truths coming up. You may feel some desire or pull to speak your mind to people. That's always a good one. And you may be craving connection and wanting to be around other people. Reach out. If there's somebody you've been thinking about, reach out. Just say, hey, like, do you want to grab lunch this week? And see what happens. See what they say. You just never know. But I feel like the energy that we're in and like sort of what's going on right now is people are getting really, really sick of these surface level fake connections. Like we hear so many people on YouTube and social media and also every platform, and they talk about people as their friends. And it's like, if you've never met somebody, you've never spoken to them, you don't know their name, you don't even know what they look like, they're not your friend. Like the person who sits at your hospital bed, that's your friend. The person you could call to pick up your kids if you had a flat tire, that's your friend. The person who held your hand at your mother's funeral, that's your friend. Okay? The people who show up for you in your real life, those are your friends. Those are the people we need to really, really invest in and focus on. Of course, we have a good time with our online friends. And of course, we have lots of connection because sometimes it's just simply a matter of you have one thing in common and then that's the reason for your connection. That's what you talk about. But let's make sure that we're also going deeper with the people in our real life, because when the shiz hits the fan, that's who you're going to need around you. That's who's going to be showing up for you. And, I remember seeing a cartoon years ago, and it was like, I don't know why no one showed up to this man's funeral because he had 3,000 Facebook friends. And it's like, yeah, but none of them, they were just people he met along the way and weren't actually part of his life. Okay. So let's deepen the connections right now. Go have conversations with people, get together, share your life, share your thoughts, include them in your life, but also ask them about their life too. That's a lot of words there. But see, there's that energy of this Gemini full moon. Even more of a chatterbox. So you may be feeling sensitive to words, tone, and communication styles. Don't take things personally. You might be feeling scattered and overstimulated. I think like a lot of us are going to be feeling that these days. Suddenly there's a lot of truth telling and honesty that's going to be coming out for you. And we're going to need room to declutter. Like people are just trying to get stuff out of their heads, out of their lives, out of their homes. This is great energy to release a whole bunch of stuff before the new year. And so we're going to dive into this energy. This moon is here to help you clear it all and speak your truth. Let go of the noise in your head, the noise around you. And this is a great time to get your journal out. You might want to meditate this. Let's tie up some loose ends. Now let's take a deep breath and settle in and see where this full moon's going to take us and what we have in store. All right, I've got a little chart here for my cards. Do have a specific spread for this one here. So it is the start of December. Got my Christmas table all set up. Oh, stretching my hands here to get these cards shuffled. Just gonna adjust my camera. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you are getting ready for Christmas. Do you celebrate Christmas? What does Christmas look like for you while I do a little shuffle? And I'm not sure how I'm feeling about Christmas this year. There's just a lot going on in our family and in our life, and it just feels like a little too much to try to do all the other things as well. So I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see. But this is kind of exciting, the last full moon of the year, and really laying the groundwork for us. 2026 is a 1 year, like the energy is number 1, the Magician, and I think it's going to be a really exciting year for a lot of people. I have a lot of stuff coming up, offers coming out and plans and everything. Oh my gosh, my whole table is falling apart here. There we go. All right, our first card, what is my current energy? The 6 of Canes. Yes, I do have to look up what they are because I can't remember. Canes are swords. 6 of Swords. But this is our Yuletide deck. This is our festive Christmas deck that we're going to struggle with all December because it's too big for my hands and I can't remember what the suits are. So we have the 6 of Swords. Our 6, it's interesting that this is the first card coming out because this full moon is really a mental journey. And this is about, just keep going, just keep persevering, just keep plugging along, keep leaning into this mental energy right now so that you can, don't try to avoid it, really is the big message here, that we don't want to be thinking, okay, well, yeah, I'll deal with this in the new year. No, deal with it now and just keep going. Persevere with it until you've either got it journaled out, you've done a brain dump, you've had the conversations. Make a list of the conversations you need to have and just keep going. I know it's a lot for a lot of people at this time of year. I'm just going to pause here to say, if you are struggling, please reach out. Don't struggle alone. Definitely reach out. We'll get you in touch with the right supports, or if you just need a little pep talk, whatever it is, all my contact information is in the description of this video. So you can easily reach out to me. You can easily chat with me. And I know that this is going to be a really hard time for many people. But if you need someone to pour it all out to, reach out. But just keep going. Don't give into it. Don't give into the pressure of the holidays. Don't give into the overload that we're under right now. Don't give into it. Keep going. Just keep inhaling and exhaling, and you'll be okay. I know it's a lot, but again, like I said, meditate, journal, brain dump it all, get it all out of your head if you need to, and talk to people. What's really coming in is that there's somebody watching right now who has to have that difficult conversation with someone. And so this is your validation that you really do need to have that conversation. It may end your relationship, it may deepen your relationship. I don't know, but that it has to be had so that you feel heard and that you hear the other person. Both of you need to take responsibility for your roles in whatever's going on. And but just keep going, just keep trying with it. I don't like the word trying, because it's like it's not great energy, but just do it, just keep going. There we go. What is coming into our awareness? We have the Four of Gifts, the Four of Pentacles. Don't go crazy this month spending to the point you're in debt, unless you have a plan for making lots of money later on. We don't want to be hoarding our money, but at the same time, we don't want to be blowing the bank on Christmas cookies or whatever, whatever your thing is. There is absolutely no reason why we have to have Christmases and holiday seasons that look like they have done in the past. If you need to tighten things up a little bit, do that. It's okay. Maybe cut your list down a bit. Not every single person you've ever met in your life needs to get a Christmas gift from you. And I know, you know, Christmas baking, things like that. Like if the cost of butter is stressing you out, just reduce your list a bit. Tighten the belt a bit, because we want to get through the season, through this month and through the holiday season. It's like there's a lot happening right now. We want to get through it and feel okay about it at the end. We don't want to find ourselves in debt that we can't get out of. We want to stay stable going into the new year. And how can I more fully witness the world around me? The 10 of Canes, the 10 of Swords. Our 10s are always about completion. So we definitely want to go right back to brain dump, journal, meditate, wrap things up, end the relationships that need to be ended. Get the clutter out of your way. If all you're doing is ruminating and obsessing about certain things, and it's just in a loop in your mind all the time, we've got to get rid of that and just release it, let it go in whatever fashion, write it all out and throw it in the fire. There we go. So that you can actually see the world in an objective way with a better perspective, and that you'll actually be able to see fully the world. When you're caught up in a story, it's really hard to see anything else. So again, right back to get it all out of your head. These are great messages for this moon. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is something I need to talk to someone about? The Krampus is the devil, I believe. We're going to have a quick peeky peek. A little quick peeky peek. Krampus. Where is he here? See, I do have the list here. I'll show you the list that came with the book. It is the devil. So what we need to talk about is our addiction. That's probably the addiction to a story. That is probably the addiction to a mindset, limiting beliefs, anything like that. There is something... Oh, my guides are telling me that it's about an addiction to the idea that it's never going to get better. It will get better. It will. It has to. There's just no choice. Eventually things burn themselves out. So it does have to get better, and it will get better. But this is definitely about feeling shackled and addicted to a story. If that's you, reach out to me. We'll do a cord cutting together, because that snaps people right out of their stories and their connections, because you're energetically still connected to whatever it is that you're, just keep repeating in your mind. You're energetically connected to it. And so we need to break that connection. We need to sever it and cauterize it and, make sure it doesn't come back. And that's what we do in cord cuttings. They're super, super powerful. Everybody tells me they want one, so it's time. It's time. You know what? Let's do that before the end of the year. If you're listening right now and you've ever thought, yeah, I should do that, let's do it. Let's do it. We could, if you got a whole bunch of people together, we could do a group one as well. So there you go. There you go. But you need to talk to somebody about whatever it is that you're addicted to. It could be sex, it could be drugs, it could be rock and roll. I don't know. But for what's really coming through is that you need to talk to a therapist, you need to talk to a healer like myself about the story in your mind, whatever's going on, so that we can help rescript the story, reprogram you a little bit. We do that with tapping, we do it with affirmations, we do it with cord cuttings. There's all kinds of things. Everything in the toolbox is available. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. It's really, really interesting, actually. So the fifth one is, how can I make more time for social connections? Isn't that interesting? Yeah, look around. Just look around. A lot of people tell me they don't have time for things, and then really what they're doing with their time is brain rotting in front of the TV. So turn the TV off and go out and do things. Meet people. Reconnect with people. It doesn't need to be a super expensive outing. It doesn't need to be something crazy. Personally, I'm an errands girl. So like if somebody got in touch with me and said, hey, I've got to go to Walmart, Costco, the bookstore, blah, 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 I'd be like, okay, and can we stop for coffee? Right? I'm here for it. Just what time are you picking me up? Because I love going errands, and I find it such a great way to spend time with people, is that you're accomplishing all the things you need to accomplish, and you get to have this whole big conversation along the journey, and it's a bit of an adventure too, right? Because you never know what's going to happen when we're out in the world. But we definitely need to get over ourselves. We need to remember that even though like we may be feeling like no one likes us, no one loves us, no one wants to spend time with us, but if we don't actually try to spend time with other people, we don't know. So sometimes we just have to get out of our own way, really, to just take a chance. You just never know. Some of the best conversations and outings I've ever had have been when I just took a chance and put everything else aside and went and had lunch with someone. And the magic that has happened from there is pretty exciting. So we definitely need to like recognize how far you've come emotionally. I know you've been hurt. We've all been hurt. Every single one of us listening has been betrayed, especially particularly this year. The betrayal level is very high this year, which is why we don't trust anyone. So we just have to, realize that we're okay, and we can handle rejection. We can handle it all. And then we never know what magic might be waiting for us. So reach out, make plans with someone, and then come back and tell me what happened. And what am I ready to let go of? The Seven of Canes, which is the Seven of Swords, all the thoughts about myself that I believe are permanent. We always tell ourselves negative stories based on our upbringing, based on our experiences, based on everything we've been through. But just because you may have not been great during one episode of your life doesn't mean you can't be better in all the other episodes of your life. So this is, again, about betrayal and this is an interesting one. It's about betrayal, but it's about that's not every single person in the world is going to betray you. We have to trust. There's a great saying, the only way you can trust someone is to trust them. That's how you find out if you can trust people, is to trust them. But also make sure you're not trusting people with, the state secrets or anything. You can do small trust moments where maybe you share a little something and then they don't blab it all over the world, or they don't turn around and weaponize it. That's the big one I find, is people will weaponize a conversation. I don't like that. If you start sending me screenshots of our conversation to try to prove or win or show me what a jerk I am, whatever, blah, 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 we're done. I'm not even going to respond to you. That will be the last text message we have. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if you're weaponizing our conversations, why? Y'all got to stop doing that. I see it here. I see it on Facebook. I see it everywhere. Learn to keep things private. Learn to be someone who is trustworthy, because this guy is not. This is a betrayal card. This is like the cheater, pumpkin eater card. And we've experienced a lot of that this year. So perhaps decide for yourself that you are going to be someone who can be trusted and you're not going to betray people. It's that simple. Because if you make that decision to do that and say, you know what, if somebody tells me something, I'm a vault, then you will eventually be seen as someone who can be trusted. And that's a pretty powerful place to be in life, because there's so much distrust right now everywhere, in our communities, in our workplace, in our friendships, on social media, on YouTube, everywhere. There's a real lack of trust, and it's really hard to exist in a place where nobody trusts each other. So why don't we all just make the decision this month that going into, and we can practice it this month, but going into the new year, we're all going to be really trustworthy people. I think that's a good message for all of us. And, you know, let go of this idea that information is power. That's a big one. Like, you know, when you send text messages to somebody and they post them online, they're using information as power. So let's dig deeper into ourselves and just our own information, our own story, our own life can be exceptionally powerful without having to use somebody else to get glory and clicks and street cred and all of it. We've got to stop betraying our friends, or the people we say are friends. Okay? There we go. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I would love to hear what you have to say about this. Don't forget to click like, click subscribe, and as ever, have a magical day.